Hey everyone, thanks for showing up. My name is Kenneth Ellington. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Ellington Cyber Academy, and we are an e-learning provider that provides similar technologies end-to-end training for more affordable option. And I appreciate you guys coming out today, watching my video. That was one of the videos from one of the cohorts I did this past April, and we're doing another cohort this August. So the first week of August, we'll be starting. The price for the beta price will be $997. That price will increase for the next cohort, so cohort 2 this fall. And if you'd like to sign up, go towards our mailing list and the link should be in the chat. Sign up for the mailing list, and then we'll give you instructions of what to do to sign up. And registration ends this Sunday. Michaela, is there any questions in the chat for me? Would a real-time stream of fake data help your students? So for that question, for the data question, you don't have to get a fake stream. You can monitor directly on your system. So if you install on Windows or Linux, there's automatic internal metrics that gets monitored whenever you install it on that device, which you can manipulate towards your being. So if you want to monitor that, create detections on it, create visualizations, you can. And I'll be going over that in the program if you were able to sign up for it. So to sign up for the program, go towards my site. It's on my LinkedIn page, or I believe it's in the chat. It's also on the big page as well. Go to that link, sign to my mailing list, which will be in the bottom of it. Then I'll give you instructions on how to actually sign up for the class through emails. Any other questions? No problem. I'm just here to help everyone out as much as I can. So yes, this will be the Introduction to Splunk program. This will be about 5 weeks. We'll go over all the fundamentals of how to use Splunk and some basics, so detection, monitoring, logging. How does all that work? Why is it important? And then the biggest thing that we try to do to separate ourselves from our competitors is to give that real world experience and to give the business aspect towards it. Because in cybersecurity, for most of you, you can go to the industry. So let's say you work for Walmart, Publix, CVS, Walgreens, whoever. In most of the cases, to essentially work in cybersecurity, you're going to cost the firm money. Cybersecurity is kind of like a fire department. The fire department for your county doesn't make the county any money, right? But it's very important, because if there's a bunch of fires in the city, it's no fire department. It's not going to end well. Same with cybersecurity. We don't make our companies any money. I do, because I work for a consulting company, so I sell my services towards our clients. But in most cases, if you work for a normal company like Publix or Walmart, you're not going to make their firm any money. So it's very important to understand that, and be able to explain that towards C-level executives and your managers in the risk management portion of that. So that's one of the things we try to implement inside of our programs. So actually, my father was a software engineer. He's been for about 25 years. He's the one that kind of inspired me to go inside technology. Originally, I didn't want to do it. I thought programming was super lame. But as I got more into my college career, and when I went towards USF my junior year for undergrad, I decided that just having a business management degree wouldn't be enough for me. So I kind of did IT. Then I narrowed down to cybersecurity, and through a bunch of opportunities, I was able to land my first internship and job at public supermarkets as a cybersecurity analyst. And from there, I met Michaela, and that's how I joined BIC. And then that's how I started my professional cybersecurity instruction journey as well. Because during COVID, couldn't do anything. I was stuck in the house. Michaela was like, Kenneth, you want to do a Splunk class? I'm like, sure. She's like, and well, I was like, well, who's going to lead it? She's like, you are. I'm like, oh, okay. That's perfectly fine. I can do that. So I developed the curriculum, the courses from scratch. I led that. People liked it. Played it again that fall. People liked it even more. They kept asking me. So I kept on doing it over and over again. And then I decided, hey, it's a big market for this. People seem to like me rambling on for like hours at a time. Let me turn this into a business. That's kind of how I got down this road. But overall, I mean, I just like really helping people out, and I'm really good with technology, and cybersecurity seemed to be the best fit for me for what I want to do. So my teaching style is like, I'm very honest. I'm very blunt. Try to keep it real. I don't try to sugarcoat anything. So I want you guys to get jobs after the program. That's the goal, right? Everyone wants to be able to make a good amount of money to take you and your family, build generational wealth. So I try to keep it as realistic as possible. I don't baby anyone. Treat you as adults. When you get out there, that's how it's going to be. If I give you an assignment to do during the program and you don't do it, then I'm not going to help you out. In the real world, if I'm your boss and I tell you to go help our client, you say I'm not going to do it, and then you probably just get fired. I'm just being honest. That's how it works. So I try to keep it as straightforward and as realistic as possible. So when you go and get your first job, you're not shell shocked as to what the culture is like. So the biggest thing is the mindset for the program. So I can teach anybody SIM or SOAR technologies, but you have to be willing to put in the time. So for this intro program specifically, it's about 5 to 7 hours a week, inside and outside of class, that I want you to spend to make sure you're doing what you need to do to get that knowledge base. So if you're willing to put in that minimum time commitment, so for some people it may be more, for some people it may be less, for some people, but that's about the average that you need to. If you're willing to do that, you should be in pretty good shape. Also, you don't need to have a lot of foundational IT experience. If you don't, it's gonna be very hard. It can be harder for you, but you can do it. So instead of doing 7 hours, you may have to do 12 hours to make sure you're with everyone else. But I would suggest having some foundational knowledge of IT and how that works if you want to join this program. That being said, if you want to put in extra work, you can get in without that. So the class or the beta price for this specific cohort one, is $997, and there should be a payment plan for it. So we're trying to partner with Klarna or Afterpay, so you can spread that payment over 2 to 3 months instead of one lump sum. There'll be updates about that as I work on that this weekend. But all you need is a Splunk account, an AWS account, which I'll show you how to make during the program. A machine, so for your desktop or laptop, just an i5 minimum and maybe 8 to 16 gigs of RAM. Because we're going to be downloading it on an AWS instance, your machine doesn't have to be insanely powerful to make it happen. Any other questions? So you don't have to have any certs to join this program. So the way this is designed is you should be able to take a core user exam a couple weeks after you finish the program. There's like 1 or 2 sections I don't go over because I don't personally do that much in my day-to-day role. I want to mirror it for what I normally have done in my career and what I'm doing right now. With that being said, those 2 topics will take you maybe a week or 2 to go over and practice for another week over what I've taught you, and you should be ready to go to take the core user exam from Splunk, which is the first exam in their certification track. The next one will be power user. Any other questions?
Looks like they're still thinking about it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I guess we can get through it. Everyone feel free to drop any questions you might have. We'll be here for a few more minutes.
Oh, one more thing to know. There will be an extended program later this fall and this winter, so that will go over in more detail admin and engineering concepts as well architecture concepts. So how to directly ingest data from folders, how to set up folders, how to configure them, how to fully design distributed environments. What goes into that? There will be a small capstone assignment going over architecting concepts. It will be a little bit difficult if you've never done it before, but I'll be there to guide you. And if you have any questions at all, again, I'm there for you. There'll be a Slack channel that you'll get added to. You'll be able to ask me or any of the other instructors any questions as needed. So trying to build that community is one of the big things about me starting this company because I feel it's lacking for people that look like me. So I wanted to bridge that gap. So that's why I started it.
All right. It looks like everyone's questions have been answered. If you guys aren't already in our online community, please feel free to see the application on the website to join and to visit Kenneth's website. So with that, thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.